I think they're Smosh.
They're from Smosh.
Smosh! I think I've watched them before in Pokemon. Let's battle!
Smosh is a channel on YouTube. Yeah, that's a good enough intro.
Shut up!
I think if you're a frequent YouTube user, you've at the very least seen a thumbnail from Smosh at some point in your life. I made a fair share of Smosh references in my videos over the years.
Want to see my...
I made a compilation video of my favorite Smosh clips a few months ago. I have a segment on my channel called The Anxious Wombat is Bored. I ripped that for Me and Is Bored. I think it's pretty safe to say I like Smosh. And the percussion, so there's two clips. The first one is from a Smosh's second channel video, Ian Is Bored channel. And after a little over a year since Anthony Padilla's return to Smosh, I wanted to see how the main channel was holding up with the new sketches. And that's why I'm making this video, to look at their new stuff, but also to reminisce on the old stuff as well. Welcome to Wombat Info Dumps, for insert how many minutes here. I've been a fan of Smosh since 2012. I got into them by watching the Kids React to Smosh video made by the Fine Brothers.
Did you like anything?
Not really.
What about it didn't you like?
That they pretended to die?
I know their channel is React now, and even people from Smosh can be found there, which is kind of funny. But real YouTube heads remembered when they were the Fine Brothers, and I was a big Fine Brothers fan.
When we referenced licensing the React format, we only meant our specific series, not the overall genre of reaction videos. We do not own the genre.
Yeah, there was a reason why I said was. A few weeks ago, I willingly watched a video by the React channel. The actual channel that the video came from is called People vs. Food, which is owned by React, so technically it's a React video. It was a Dungeon Meshi related video, and I like Dungeon Meshi, and Damien was in it too. And he's also in Dungeon Meshi and Smosh. And Chance was there too. I didn't know he was part of this thing.
Catfish cabin!
Hey, Kimmy! She was in Smosh too! OMG! Anyways, my friend sent me this video, and I was like, I like Dungeon Meshi. I think that seems really cool. Now, the series that this video is in is called Try Not to Eat. And I guess the concept is they put a bunch of dishes in front of people, and they can't eat them. And if they do, then they lose. And if you lose, you get punished by eating bad food. But if you win and you don't eat any of the food, you get rewarded with big good dish. I think we're running out of ideas for videos, guys. Anyways, for this video specifically, the Dungeon Meshi video, I thought it was okay. The food itself looked really, really good. Very high quality, and especially if you compare it to the dishes that were in the show. And if you don't know Dungeon Meshi, they make food out of monsters. But it genuinely looked like it was right out of the show. It was really awesome. I won't lie, I was pogging the fuck out. The people that I didn't know because they're not in Smosh were only a little bit annoying, so that's pretty good. The editing, however, was atrocious. These little reaction images are annoying as shit, and they are on the screen every 10 seconds. Don't get me wrong, I like it when people put silly clips in their videos. I mean, what have I been doing this whole time? But it's just something about these images that reminds me of those GIFs that everybody on Twitter uses. You know the ones. The girl spitting out the drink, the Jordan Peele sweat, the Drake cheering. Oh, wait, I probably shouldn't reference Drake in 2024. It feels very men in suits trying to be relatable, you know what I mean? It takes me back to when I was watching BuzzFeed videos when I was 15, and that's just not something I want to remember. Anyway, I liked seeing the food in Dungeon Meshi be real, and Damien was there, and that was cool. I like Dungeon Meshi, it's fun. After watching the Kids React to Smosh video, the Smosh Reacts to Kids React to Smosh video came up in my recommended, and that was the first video by Smosh I've ever seen. This video is still really fun to watch, and I'm really glad that they're not weird towards any of the kids. In fact, I would say the kids were weirder than them. I haven't forgotten about the Let Me Eat the Sushi with My Blood on It kid. This video is still a certified classic, and after that, I was hooked on the second channel.
You're insane.
Really crazy. Pretty dumb.
Shut up!
At the time, it was called Ian H because it was originally Ian's independent channel. A few years later, it was then changed to be called Smosh's second channel after Anthony was included in all the videos. All the stuff they would release was simple, no-effort vlogs of them getting lunch, opening mail, and it was awesome. I did try to rewatch a Mail Time with Smosh video for nostalgia's sake, and there was a moment where Anthony was reading this fan-made comic about Ian having a secret. And I guess his secret is that he's,
You being a pedophile!
And Anthony says that he won't tell anybody Ian's secret if he becomes his boyfriend. Maybe I shouldn't talk about Mail Time with Smosh.
That was really creepy, but beautifully drawn.
Of course, when you're dealing with videos from the mid-2000s to early 2010s, you're gonna find stuff that hasn't aged well. And yeah, Smosh's sketches are absolutely no exception. One of their first videos, the Mortal Kombat lip-syncing video, includes 3 seconds of Anthony doing, well, this. He also does it in the Pokemon video, which became the most viewed video on YouTube when it was released. Did you know?
Did you know?
By the way, when I was looking up Smosh on Wikipedia, they mentioned that the Pokemon video got them to be featured on Time Magazine's 2006 Person of the Year issue. I was Person of the Year that year. Did you know that? There is a lot to talk about when it comes to Smosh's sketches. There are so many different eras to this shit before we get into the modern stuff after Anthony came back, so I'll try to make this simple. I already mentioned the lip-syncing videos, which were the first ever videos they put out in 2005. Here's them lip-syncing the Power Rangers theme. Here's them lip-syncing the TMNT theme. And here's the Transformers theme. We were very easily impressed by the internet when this site was created, huh? Their sketches during this time have such a high school best friends with the camera filming themselves in the basement vibe to them. Maybe that's because they were high school best friends with the camera filming. There is something that I love about videos that don't have any budget at all. And why would they have a budget? This is a brand new website called YouTube. Look at this funny video of a prairie dog turning. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen. When I was 7 years old, I would watch Mike Mozart talk about an Elmo Potty soundbook that had a button that made it sound like Elmo was saying, "Uh-oh, who wants to die?" whenever you pressed it. It would make me cry laughing every time I watched it.
And listen to this one. Uh-oh, who wants to die?
One of the hidden gems of this Smosh era is a video called The Assassins that was uploaded in 2007. The first 3 seconds open with the title card saying ass ins. That's hilarious. You think that this is gonna be some high action and cinematic journey about 2 assassins killing and shooting ass, but it all escalates when Anthony can't jump over a box correctly. And then they do some truly groundbreaking cinematic filmmaking here. Like, they do their own stunts. And they even break the 4th wall.
That's not fair. I'm entitled to my share of the cameraman.
Cameraman.
What are you doing? Are you quitting or something?
Yes, I am quitting.
Oh no. 10 years later, he actually quit. I never thought this would become reality.
Help me.
Throughout the 2010s, the production quality of the sketches was improving. Just look at these sets, and these props, and these effects.
What the f***? That thing just gave me f***ing boobs!
It's like they were picked up by a company that helped with their video making or something. Oh wait, that's exactly what happened. So in 2011, Smosh was picked up by a media company called Alloy Digital, which many Smosh viewers may know better as Defy Media.
Oh no, bro.
Ian is now in more debt than Defy Media.
Saying the word defy in a Smosh video is the equivalent of saying bomb on a plane. You just do not fucking do it. The 2010s were a golden era for Smosh's sketches. This is where they were really shining and delivering sweet hot bangers. I'm talking real Death Note, real Voodoo Doll, Pokemon in real life. If video games were real, Pokemon in real life too. If the internet was real, my real pet Pikachu. If video games were real too. No, seriously though, I ate up the If Blank Were Real series. It didn't matter what the subject was. As soon as I saw one in my recommended, I was clicking and watching. The title card music is still burnt into my brain. I think it's hard to talk about this specific era of Smosh and not bring up the sexualization of women. So let's do that real quick. Yeah, it's pretty bad. They've always had this reputation of putting boobs in the thumbnail and scantily clad women in videos. They would become such a staple that they would call these characters Bikini Girl. And Bikini Girl had one job and one job only. Wear a bikini and then let nature take its course. Oh look, animated boobs in the thumbnail. I remember Shut Up cartoons. Wait a minute, how old is this character supposed to be? Oh no! Now I'm not too sure how much of the sexualization falls into specifically Defying Media's shoulders, but I would not be surprised if the answer was a lot of it. I know Courtney said she was on the brink of leaving Smosh due to the blatant sexism from the Defy employees, which is obviously fucking awful, and I'm glad she ended up still sticking around. I think it's crazy how much they kind of got away with all of this shit at the time. I mean, nowadays we kind of sit and laugh at it and acknowledge how bad it was. Don't get me wrong, it is good to see that realization and growth as time progressed with the Smosh main channel, but it wasn't a great thing for my young and impressionable self to be seeing at the same time. And yeah, I know, I was too young to be watching this kind of stuff, and my parents did not moderate me at all when I was on the internet, and they are responsible for that. But you still gotta be respectful to women. And that's the moral of this tangent. Be respectful to women. Anyways, Assassin's Creed 3 song. The holy trinity of Smosh music videos. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Was Assassin's Creed 3 even good? I'll take that as a no. We don't do sponsored videos like this anymore. Now we just have commentary YouTubers interrupting their 30-minute video essays with ad reads, and it's boring as hell. Where did the creativity go, man? Anyways, this video is sponsored by Nerdbox. When I was a kid, I thought the whole joke in the Dicks Insider video was that they were saying Dicks Insider and not Dicks Inside Her. I guess I wasn't vulgar enough as a kid. Dicks Insider! Jesus fucking Christ. 2015 was when things started to feel different, and I was watching them less and less at this point. And the main reason why was a little something called the Smosh Squad.
Hey, who the f*** are these people?
I was struggling a lot during this time, okay? 8th grade was rough. Smosh introduced 5 new people into the cast, and they would be a part of sketches, as well as the second channel, which would soon be renamed to Smosh Pit a couple of years later. They weren't a part of Smosh Games, though. I don't think I mentioned Smosh Games at all during this video, but Smosh Games had their own little group of people. Fuck you, Wes, you fucking suck! But at this time, I noticed a significant decline in Ian and Anthony on all the channels, and my wombat ass can't handle change that well, so it was very difficult for me to keep watching them. Feel sorry for me, I lost my YouTube channel. And I know this was a very detrimental time in Ian and Anthony's friendship, but I didn't know that. I was just going to school and being a 13-year-old. My little sister was just born. I got a lot of stuff to worry about right now. There isn't that much to say about the sketches. The Every Blank Ever series kicked off during this time, which was a pretty successful series for Smosh. My only problem is that there are so many of them. Every bird ever is a real video. Why?
Peacock has arrived. You're welcome, ladies.
That's right, I am the sexiest goddamn bird on the...
And they have a lot of school stuff, like every high school ever, every elementary school ever, every first day of school ever, every school presentation ever, every high school clique ever, high school party, high school relationship, high school in 2020, so much high school. My personal favorite is every Nick show ever, because there's this commercial called Fart Ass, which is this Freddy Freaker looking doll. There's a line that Ian says that makes me laugh every time I hear it. It's so stupid.
All you gotta do is like squeeze the stomach and you make a fart come out. F you!
It's all really stupid. Well, we've reached a prominent era now.
I know you've probably already read the title by now, but I feel like we should just come out and say it. I'm leaving Smosh.
The Anthony is gone era. Let's watch the last sketch Anthony was in before he announced his departure. If board games were real too. Wow, what a great last video to end your legacy on. It's in the same structure as all of the other If Blank Were Real videos. Ian and Anthony are in a room. Ian's like, this thing sucks. And then Anthony's like, well, it would suck even more if it was real.
You know board games aren't real? It'd be stupid if they were real.
Wait, what does he mean board games aren't real? Yes, they are. It's right in front of you. It's a physical object. The first one they do is perfection, and they portray it by a boy playing perfection. And then they make an OCD joke.
Guess you didn't fit all the pieces in, you dumb slow idiot. Pick it all up now.
Living with OCD is hard. Okay, that was just a bad example. The whole video does incorporate board games into real life scenarios. Like, how did you build this building? Oh, I put the materials from the bottom of the building to the top of the building. Haha, just like Jenga. I wonder how they're gonna portray Sorry in a real life scenario.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, I like the clue segment the most because Shane is a dead body. Go fish. That is a card game. Honestly, I'm glad that this was Anthony's last video at the time. It's a good thing he took a break from Smosh. If you go back and watch the older Smosh videos, you'll see how passionate and excited Anthony always sounds. In this video, you can tell he nor Ian are happy to be around each other. It's good that they separated, and now that they're back, so is their excitement and happiness for the channel. Honestly, couldn't have said it better myself. After Anthony left Smosh, the channel was still doing sketches, of course, but they also announced a game show called You Posted That, which they still do episodes of on the Smosh Pit channel. The concept is really simple. The contestants are shown their old social media posts with certain words and phrases blanked out, and their goal is to accurately fill in the blanks with what they said in said posts. Now, let's take a look at real contestants that played this game show. Captain Sparkles, Jax Films, Markiplier, Matt Pat, Tana Mojo, Ethan from H3 Podcast, Gabby Hanna, Mini Lad, oh no, Chris Pratt,
Koopas.
At this point, You Posted That was the only thing that seemed interesting because it was just non-stop every blank ever sketches getting pumped out with the occasional new stuff. Oh hell yeah, every fart ever, that sounds awesome. High school fight caught on camera. No, I think those are two grown men. Gus Johnson, man, they put him in a lot of videos. They loved him. 2016 versus 2017. They put Anthony in the thumbnail. This was only 5 months after he left. You don't need to do this. You could take the time to grieve. They don't even mention him in the video. There's just a visual gag where the 2016 scenario has a framed picture of both Ian and Anthony, and there's a sign next to it that says Smosh Boys. And then when it changes to the 2017 scenario, it's just Ian, and the sign says Smosh Boy. I think this is a good time to remind you that Ian and Anthony's friendship was pretty much gone at this point. Thank you to the viewers for staying around. Man, they really need to remake this in 2024. This was their New Year's video when 2018 came around. And do you want to know what video they posted near the end of 2018? Smosh is homeless.
Let's just get right into it. Smosh is homeless.
Super homeless.
Yeah, so after a year and a half of Anthony being gone, Defy Media decides to shut down completely and lay off its employees, leaving Smosh completely on its own. The actual video is kind of funny because nobody looks visually upset. In fact, they're all making jokes.
Not our fault. We did everything right.
We did good. We're doing okay, yeah.
We're doing just fine.
Doing a great job.
That's how you know that Defy was treating them like garbage. You see a title like Smosh is Homeless with this semi-serious thumbnail, you think they're all gonna be like, oh, hey guys, really bad news just hit. We're very saddened by this. But no, everyone's smiling and laughing, and there's a genuine feeling of optimism in this video, and it's really nice. I do find it funny, though, that Bose is in this video. She was a part of the Smosh Games crew.
Fuck you.
And she left 2 months after this video was released. It's a shame, though, honestly, because a month after that, Smosh would get picked up by...
Let's talk about that.
Mythical Entertainment. Wow, I know these guys. That's Rhett and Link from my favorite video, Rub Some Bacon on It.
I say something unintentionally racist. Rub some bacon on it.
After Smosh was bought by Mythical, it took some time for it to find its calling again. And of course, the 2020 lockdown didn't do that any favors. But once it did, and this started around 2021, it was something special, honestly. And we can thank a little something called improv.
Quick, improvise!
Yes, Smosh wasn't just a sketch comedy channel now. They were turning into an improv channel. Everybody is yes-anding all over the place. Ariana Grande be damned. Smosh was introducing new shows on the channel that portrayed the cast's improvisational skills, which was a great move. You got the Interviewing Exes series, the Idiots Present series, the reunion videos where they would leak their online habits, like their Tinder profiles or their TikTok likes, but they were all curated by the crew and they had to work with those bits on the spot. They still did written sketches while they were doing this as well. They called these Smoffice sketches because they were filmed in the Smosh office building.
It's time to break the table. It's time to break the table.
Not much effort is put into the production of these sketches, but that's okay because they were doing other shows like the funeral roasts, Let's Do This, pay-per-view live shows, live streams on Twitch for Smosh Games, Try Not to Laugh on Smosh Pit. Oh! Just so much stuff. I haven't even touched the Smosh Games and Smosh Pit stuff. That's probably a separate video. The rabbit hole just goes down too much. The mythical era for Smosh was essential for all the channels, and it's because they showcase the chemistry the cast has on each other. And I think that chemistry is at its best when they're all improvising and yes-anding off each other. To make good improv, you need to have a cast that trusts each other. I learned this from Whose Line Is It Anyway? And that's what I like about this era the most, the cast's chemistry. The videos on the main channel were tightly knit. Just throw a few cast members in the room and see what they do. The cast is talented enough to bring a good show themselves, but it's the way they work off each other that makes them seem closer together. And when you watch these different dynamics in different ways in different videos, you yourself start to feel closer to the cast. And then you start picking your own favorite cast members and why you like them. And that's parasocial, don't do that! Overall, looking back, Smosh's main channel has been through so much. So many different people, so many different places, Anthony, so many different sketches, so many different companies, Anthony, so many different bits. And one man has been through it all during these changes, and that is Mr. Ian Hecox. I can't imagine what it must be like being this man. Starting a YouTube channel at 17 years old, seeing it get picked up by companies, both good and bad, seeing it ruin your friendship with the person who helped you create it, seeing it become a company itself, and he never seems to be stressed at all. How does he do it? Shout out Ian Hecox, he's the GOAT of this video. The GOAT! And now, we've reached the current era. Finally, am I right? Finally! In June of 2023, it was announced on the Smosh main channel that Anthony Padilla, after 6 years, has returned to Smosh and bought it alongside Ian. This meant that Smosh was fully independent and owned by Ian and Anthony for the first time since 2011. First thing they decided to bring back were the sketches. Ian and Anthony focused sketches, something that my 13-year-old self never imagined would happen.
Holy moly.
They would post new sketches every other Friday. On Fridays, they don't post sketches. They instead post an episode of their now retired video podcast called Flashback with Smosh, where Ian and Anthony reminisce on old Smosh sketches and talk about behind-the-scenes stuff. I enjoyed the first few episodes of Flashback, mainly because it had been so long since I'd watched anything Smosh related at the time, and seeing Ian and Anthony talk about stuff that I used to watch as a kid was scratching an itch I didn't know I had. Unfortunately, the hype for Flashback was dying down for me when they started featuring a lot of guests on the show. I mean, I get having Teleporting Fat Guy as a guest since that was a certified Smosh classic, but why is Jarvis Johnson in an episode? I like Jarvis Johnson's videos, but what the fuck does he have to do with Smosh? Danebo, Jax Films, Grace Helbig, all big YouTube names, but during a very specific period on the site. I don't want to flat out say that this show overstayed its welcome, but I will say I am glad they hung it up when they did. That's just how I feel personally, and I am sorry to the people that were fans of Flashback and now don't get new episodes anymore. I know what that feels like all too well. I saw the fall of Game Bang right in front of my eyes. Fuck you! Wow!
By the way, kill yourself.
I did start a new podcast called Lunchtime with Smosh, but I haven't brought myself to watch it because they aren't having lunch. I don't see any food. Why are they in the bathroom together? Grab your favorite snack and join Anthony Padilla, Ian Hecox, and their Gen Z producer on their lunch break to chat about who knows what. Seriously, we don't know what this show is or where we will film it, but tune in every other week to find out? Okay, not only is it bi-weekly episodes, but they don't even know what's going on in the show, so why even bother? Oh, because it's called Lunchtime with Smosh. You know what that is. You love that show, right? Hamburger. This is a good time to talk about nostalgia baiting. Flashback with Smosh's whole concept is nostalgia central. It was obvious that they were gonna bring back the shut up intro. Shut up! I'm not a big fan of this new animation though. It's just too polished. I like the DIY aesthetic in the old intro. The cardboard background, the paint dripping down the end. Hey, remember when I said I'm not good at handling change? In the opening moments of their first sketch, We Summoned a Demon, they showed the Phantom poster with the googly eyes and the CD wall. I'm already pointing at the screen like, oh my god, old Smosh is back. Holy shit. So in this sketch, Ian and Anthony are trying to get Taylor Swift tickets, but they are sold out. And they decide to go to the Dark Arts. And they sacrifice a homeless guy.
That is incredibly offensive and problematic. They're called unhoused people.
And they do their chant, and Siri goes off, and they accidentally summon a demon. And they ask the demon to get a Swiftie so he can torture Taylor Swift tickets out of them. So the demon gets Ethan Crank Gameplays, who's playing a Swiftie.
What is up, my cranky crew?
And they try to get the tickets, and they're like, where are the tickets? And then he's like, they're in my ass.
Yep, they're in his ass.
Classic Smosh is back, baby! And it ends with a friendship always wins freeze frame. Another beautiful moment that makes you point at your screen.
I clapped when I saw it.
The production is great, which isn't surprising because the crew is huge. The demon looks like it's something straight out of Dark Souls, and I think that's pretty cool. The humor isn't my kind of thing all that much. I didn't really laugh at it. I did like the Smosh the movie joke though. Holy shit! And the Ethan Crank Gameplays cameo was kind of random, but I'm not gonna complain about that. He seems like a chill guy. And Ian and Anthony show that they perform best when they're working together. It feels like nothing ever really happened between them. Friendship really does always win. One quick look at the comment section and you'll see so many people talking about how this sketch successfully captured the original Smosh feel. And while I agree with everybody, I couldn't help but wonder if this was the direction they were going to stick with. And after a year since Anthony's return, it's kind of a mixed bag of nostalgic stuff and original stuff. The original stuff, of course, tackles today's topics like Mr. Beast, Grimace, NPC streamers, and BB No Money being submissive and breedable.
Oh, that's real nice.
Honestly, it's a pretty good song. It's got good production. Music video is solid. I don't really like the part, though, where they spell out simp, because I don't think anybody really uses that term anymore.
Simp.
Man caught watching hot tub girl in public. It's like it's not even trying to be a sketch with a title like that. The nostalgic stuff is either references to old videos or revamped versions of old videos. Evil AI Try to Kill Me, that's a reference to the Easy Bake Oven video.
Did you see it?
Pokemon in Real Life 2024 is pretty fun though. Anthony has to wear this shirt to cover his tattoos. The other Pokemon in Real Life videos were filmed in a yard, and there are moments during the battles that have these wide shots and the characters are far apart and they're in an open space filled with grass. It looks really nice. In this one, they're all just on a porch. There are a lot of cast members in this sketch, which I thought was cool. I like it when Shane Top screams. My biggest issue, though, with this sketch is that Jesse and James have sex. Well, they don't actually, like, get naked and all that, but it's implied. Everybody with a brain and a set of eyes can see that James is a very homosexual gay man. He likes men. He doesn't touch women because he doesn't like women like that. He is at Pride every year. He is blasting Charlie as I speak.
I can't cross that inferno. Jesse and me out, you go ahead. I'm staying here.
Damien saying good girl on camera will be the worst mistake he's ever made. What are you talking about? He said good girl on camera. Oh, shit.
Wow. I can't believe we've
Stop
known each other this long.
it! Anyways, Jesse and James carried the sketch on to the next one. If Video Games Were Real 2024. They use the same music in this. Let's fucking go.
Pikachu, use AK-47 attack! Pika?
Okay, that's pretty good. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I wanna be. They already did Five Nights at Freddy's in a previous If Video Games Were Real, but Amanda is the security guard in this one because she didn't know what Five Nights at Freddy's was. She played all of them with Shane on the Smosh Games channel. Well, not actually all of them. They didn't do Pizzeria Simulator, which is kind of jank, but whatever, it's all good.
Yeah, bitch. Flash that light.
Shut it! Shut the door!
There's probably as much lore to Smosh games as FNAF, so this is kind of a match made in heaven if you really think about it. I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me. I know this represents Resident Evil as a franchise, but Leon and Lady D don't interact, okay? They're not in the same game. Oh, whatever, it's alright. Ian played Link again. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, you tell us a joke.
Come.
Now, there's still something I haven't brought up yet. One of the most popular video series they've ever made on the channel. It's time we talk about Food Battle.
Food Battle! Every fucking year!
From 2006 to 2016, Smosh released a video where Ian and Anthony do different challenges with their food of choice. Anthony's food would change yearly, while Ian stuck with the pink frosted sprinkled donut. I have a Food Battle shirt that my friend gifted me. It's the 2011 one with the rainbow lollipop. It's in pretty good condition. The colors are really nice. This is peak swag. Oh man, let's watch Food Battle 2006. Oh, look at this small ass rectangle. It's a 240p only. Are you kidding me? The 2006 one made me laugh so much because of the lack of editing. Watching Ian painstakingly put donuts on his bare feet had me watching in pure horror.
Cigarette! I'm gonna smoke you on this competition.
Well, at least they didn't say the F slur. Anthony's out of frame. That's alright though, he wrote the Bill of Rights using his taquito.
I wrote the Bill of Rights!
Unfortunately, Anthony drowns trying to use the taquitos as floaties, and Ian successfully uses the donuts as floaties even though he's clearly touching the surface. So that declares Ian the winner of the first ever food battle. It's a good video for all the wrong reasons, especially when you compare it to the rest of the food battles going forward. The quality and production progressively get better and better, and the videos for some reason get longer. Why is 2016's 10 minutes long?
Damn, Danielle! What are those?
Oh, brother. And this is where we see the true downfall of Smosh. Thanks, Defy Media.
You just keep hitting the fucking home runs!
Defy Media.
Ian, do you ever think about getting older?
Oh, and now they're getting sentimental. I don't want that in my food battle. I watch these to watch two grown men battle it out with foods. I want to see who dies. I don't want this emotional bullshit. The best food battle, at least in my opinion, is 2011's. And no, it's not because I have the shirt. I swear. This is so swag. While it's a toss-up between this one and 2010's, the ending to 2011's is pure cinema. Look at that aspect ratio change. This isn't your average Smosh video, alright? You spend the third act thinking Ian poisoned Anthony, when in reality, Anthony tricked Ian into thinking he was poisoning Anthony, but he ended up poisoning himself. And Anthony shoots him with a bow and arrow, so now he's dying in two different ways. But Anthony accidentally shot the announcer guy, and now he's dying. And by food battle rules, you aren't officially the winner until the announcer guy says,
"You just won Food Battle 2010. What are you gonna do now?"
And he wasn't able to say it. He died before he was able to say it. So technically, there is no winner of Food Battle 2011. Consider my expectations subverted. Before Food Battle 2023 happened, Ian and Anthony held a poll to determine what Anthony's food was going to be, fighting against the legendary pink frosted sprinkled donut. This time though, the polls were held for members of the channel, so they were unfortunately paywalled, so I didn't get to participate, which is fine. I completely get why they did it. I personally was Team Pickle all the way, and it did go to the finals, but the baguette won. Oh, sorry, baguette. What did you just call me? This one is 11 minutes long. What could they be possibly doing to make this 11 minutes long? I'm not a big fan of the first minute with Ian and his wife. It's kind of slow, but she does die from a big explosion. That's kind of funny. I'm not surprised that they did the whole "we used to do food battles for years" thing and showed old clips of past food battles. They did that sort of thing with the 2016 one. And I think that was because it had been 10 years of food battle videos, so it makes sense why they did that too. However, with that one, there was this feeling of artificialness that I personally felt while I was watching it, and I think Anthony's future departure had a major part of why that made me feel that way. Once they get to the challenges though, the video does get a lot better. Look, they're wearing the same colored shirts as the first one.
Did you see it?
Hey look, Ian's mom. Oh my god, Stevie. They remembered who Stevie was? Bikini Girl in 2024? You know what, I'll let this one slide. It even has political commentary.
Mr. President, what should we do about the housing crisis? Hello? It's not doing anything.
Awesome! The ending to this one is also really good. The series tends to do a lot of twist endings. Some are better than others. Why was the 2012 one so confusing? While they're doing the parachute challenge, Ian cuts Anthony's parachute and Anthony falls off the roof and dies. Or does he? Anthony climbs himself back up with Ian's wife's gum. And when Ian starts to question why Anthony had his wife's gum, it's revealed that Anthony was Ian's wife the whole time?
Huh? What?
They do this flashback scene and show the final moments of the 2016 food battle. In 2023, Anthony Padilla, who miraculously doesn't have tattoos anymore, puts on a mask while Ian is picking up the gum and he pretends to be a woman and they get married.
Are you really that stupid?
Anthony, what are you doing? You're not being the allegations with this one, man. I don't know what to tell you.
This is so much fun.
Anthony still dies, though, after Ian stabs him with a hidden pair of scissors. And so does the announcer guy. Ian won Food Battle 2023! Let's go, Ian Heads! Ian Heads for life! Hashtag Ian Heads for life. I'm making this in August, and they have yet to announce the Food Battle 2024. In fact, the main channel is on hiatus at the moment, and they said they're doing different and better things for the main channel after they get back. I don't know what this means exactly, but they've been teasing an announcement this month, so who knows? I don't know if this video will be done before or after the announcement, because I don't know when the announcement is. But if I had to guess what they're going to do, I think they're going to do more improv stuff as opposed to sketches. Maybe they'll do another balance of sketches and improv shows. I don't know. If they do make their announcement before this is done, I'm going to do a segment here. Well, as you could probably tell by the announcement came out before I was finished editing the video, which I full-on expected to happen. So the announcement was a new show on the Smosh main channel called Bit City, and it's like this talk show, variety show thing that's hosted by Angela and Chance. And I was kind of right about them returning improv stuff, which is awesome. I think that's a step in the right direction. As I'm doing this video right now, the first episode came out and I watched it and it was fun. It was really fun. I only had like some minor complaints about the actual video. There was like this segment in the opening where they showed like bloopers, which I don't think you should do during a video, especially during like the first 5 minutes. It reminded me though of their sketches from like 2021-ish. They used to do like little blooper segments at the end of their sketches. You save those for the end of the video. You don't keep that in right at the beginning. That's not, it was weird. I think the opening was also improvised. I feel like the opening should be scripted. I don't know, maybe that just makes it feel more organized. So there's like different segments with this video. There's the opening, the JoJo Siwa bit with Courtney. I thought that was pretty good. That was very evenly paced. Courtney's impression of JoJo Siwa is really good. I like the part where she was dancing on that chair. That was insane. And there was the hot goss with Tommy and Amanda. It started out with Tommy doing like a weekend update thing with like real news and stuff and like throwing in little jokes and little graphics with the guest at the end of the segment. That's Amanda's character. I thought that was good until it felt like it was dragging a little bit. That's really it though. It was fine. And then there was that thing with the nuns, the sister, what was it called? Holy Heels or something? I already forgot what it was called. It was like a fake commercial. I like the idea of them doing fake commercials. It reminds me especially of the Smosh the sitcom thing when they were doing the fake commercials. I like that idea. However, I felt like it was way too long and not funny enough for it to be as long as it was. I understand like the reference to the Amanda costume from the Eat It or Eat It episode, the Halloween one. I get that, but like it was too long. the reunion, the One Direction reunion, which was pretty much like the main event of the whole entire video. They brought back reunions. I thought that was the absolute highlight of the entire video. Nobody felt like they were hidden in the spotlight. Everyone had their moments. It was great. So I like this idea of Bit City. It feels like old time Smosh segments kind of bundled together into one big video. I really like that. You got like the JoJo Siwa kind of felt like something you'd find from like the Smoffice sketch era a little bit. Then you had obviously reunions, which was a thing. It's a great idea. However, my biggest gripe of this whole entire thing is that they're doing bi-weekly uploads of this show. You're getting 2 episodes of Bit City a month. That is not a lot. I do think this show has a lot of potential, I really do. But you're gonna have to wait a long time to get new episodes of this. And I also don't know if they're even gonna be uploading anything on the channel on weeks that they're not uploading a new episode of Bit City. I mean, I know I could be wrong, and by the time this video is out, the question will be answered. But if they are not uploading anything on the channel like this week, say, because last week was the episode of Bit City, if there's just a week of inactivity on the channel, I think that's a terrible idea. I think that's a really bad idea. But I could be wrong. They could upload like a little, I don't know, gay little thing. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't understand how any of this works. I'm glad I don't know how any of this works, because this seems stressful as hell. But anyways, editing Wombat out. While it was cool to have Ian and Anthony sketches back, I couldn't help but miss seeing the rest of the cast as well. I know, complete opposite reaction to 2015 Wombat, but it is true. As I started to watch more of their mythical era stuff, I grew to like a lot of the cast members. Not all of them though. So it was kind of weird to see so many videos with so many cast members on the main channel, and then just not seeing them at all when Anthony came back. And I'm aware of the bunch of stuff they did with Anthony on Smosh Pit and Smosh Games when he came back. That Try Not to Laugh video is a major highlight for me. However, the main channel has almost 27 million subscribers. The main channel is where it all happens. It should be a priority to get the best videos they can onto this channel. So while I did like the sketches that I've talked about here, I am also glad that they're most likely going to move on to different things after this break. It's been almost 20 years now since Smosh has been made, and I think it's had such a crazy evolution. And honestly, I haven't even scratched the surface with how much stuff they put out over the past 2 decades. I didn't mention Charlie the Guinea Pig, or Billy, or Boxman, or Jovenshire, or Eat It or Yeet It, or Sarah Christ, or The Chosen, or Augustus, or Manspeeder, or Sergeant Anus, or That Damn Neighbor, or Shane and Courtney getting married. I don't want to talk about that. Either way, whether you've known them since the Mythical days, the Defy days, before all of that, or you didn't even know them at all before watching this video, they're such a staple to the YouTube website as a whole. And Mr. Beast can go fuck himself.
He's the box man. He's the box